Recorded live from the heart of the Bakken, it's the Williston Works Podcast.
Welcome to the Williston Works Podcast, brought to you by the City of Williston, North Dakota. Williston Works brings you in-depth discussions with the entrepreneurs, small business owners, and investors who are getting it done in Western North Dakota. I'm your host, Shawn Wenko, Executive Director of the Williston Economic Development, and today's guest I have is Jawaid Surani. He is the owner of Safari Fun Trampoline Park, but he's also a pretty big entrepreneur and investor in the community. Jay, great to have you on the show today.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit, how did you end up in Williston, North Dakota?
Me and my family were looking for new business opportunity, and one of the friend of my brother, he had told him about all the stuff going on here in Williston. Good thing for me that he was here 6 months before me, and he invited me to come over. And I came over and really liked it, so I wanted to bring my family, my wife and my kids for them to check it out, and we really liked it, and we thought we would make this our home. So
when you first heard Williston, North Dakota, you hadn't been here yet, you Google it, what was your initial thoughts? And you could be honest.
Yeah, I lived in Richmond, Virginia for 16 years, and it's like it's a good sized city, and so first thought was it's too small. And the winter was the biggest concern, that how the kids gonna take it. But to be honest with you, we adults like to complain. Kids don't have no issue with cold weather, and that was the easiest thing to get settled.
So we got to get into the big project here that everybody is talking about in Williston. And I have to tell you, in this economic development office, they're probably the top 5 things that people ask for all the time in this community. The top 3 is they want more retail, they want more fast food restaurant options, and number 3, believe it or not, they wanted a trampoline park. So you come through the door, well, we've been working this about a year and a half now.
Year and a half, yeah.
You come through the door, you're working with the Small Business Development Center on this trampoline park, and I believe it's called Safari Trampoline. And we start talking about it. What were you doing when you kind of came across your mind saying, you know what, Williston needs a trampoline park and this thing's going to work?
Me and my brother always wanted to do family entertainment in the town, because town was in need of it. When we moved, my family moved, ARC was one of the best thing happened to us, because it made easy for the families to stay here, because winter are tough, and we had indoor 24/7. I say 24/7. Of course, it closes at 10, but my son and my family had something to do with ARC. But town was still in need of entertainment. And I say that because my son is 7-year-old now, but he was 3 years old when we moved here, less than 3. And I personally made trips to Fargo. Every 6 months, I would go there and work around his entertainment. And the top of the list on the entertainment was the trampoline park, So that's how we decided that would be the perfect thing to do, trampoline park, because that is the craze right now everywhere.
Is this like the American Ninja Warrior, what you see on TV? Is that similar to what?
Yeah, something like that. And
kids go crazy for that stuff.
Yeah, so that's what I've seen in all the trampoline park, that there are line on the Ninja Warrior course. So we made that little bigger, and I haven't seen one good size in any of the North Dakota parks. So we concentrated on that. Then we have a part where is the wipeout zone. There is a circular trampoline where you jump over a bar. That's from American Ninja Warrior. You can see that also. We have a dodgeball court. We have a couple of basketball hoop. Then we have not really huge, but a small size climbing wall with a foam pit and air pillow. Pillow, I say that this is a new technology in trampoline park, so kids can jump on those air pillow. You can search online. There are some trampoline park doing it. So we got a lot of different, and on top of that, we have a toddler section. I have a 3-year-old now. If I take him to trampoline park, you are worried that somebody gonna bump into him. So we made a section where 10 to 12 under 5-year-old can jump, and parents are satisfied that nobody gonna bump into them,
Just crazy. I think about, I grew up here in Williston, and just to have something like that when I was growing up would be just awesome to have that sort of activity. So I think the kids are going to have a lot of fun with this park. Let's go back to the idea. So you want to do this trampoline park. How did you start to familiarize yourself with costs or what you could expect or what size building you need? Where did you get some of that background information?
When I started, I wanted to rent a place, and I knew a agent, and I called him, and he said, "Why don't you talk to Keith at Williston Economic Development, and build your own?" I said, "Oh my God, that's a good idea." So I just came, and I didn't realize at that time that I met you, Shawn, and Keith there, and you guys been amazing since the starting. I was there with Keith almost every day, preparing business plan, had all my financials ready, So was cost, we could get a contractor out, get the cost of the building. My brother has experience with entertainment, so we could get the cost for the trampoline part and that. But construction is a little bit harder here in Williston, Everything is a little higher in cost, so thank God we were able to find a local contractor who was able to get. But like I said, working with Williston Economic Development was one of the best thing happened to me.
Well, and that's one of the things, when we moved into this building, this space here, I want to say it was about 2014. And one of the ideas that the city leaders had is they wanted to bring the Small Business Development Center in with the Economic Development Office because it's a separate entity. And so we created some space and kind of created a rough contract that we would kind of help each other out, because you hit it right on the head. You can get things done in Williston. You're probably going to encounter some higher costs of doing business, whether it's building materials, labor, stuff like that. You can offset a lot of that by working with the Small Business Development Center, because they can help you with the business plans, get pretty creative in some of the things that need to happen out there. At the same time, take advantage of some of the programs that we have. Now, I think we're doing a FlexPace loan with this, and then I think you have some small business administrative funds in there. So again, we go back to, we can make these projects happen. We got to get creative and figure out how we bring these different entities together and get this thing built. So where are we at with construction? If you're, I'm driving out there, I see the dirt moving right now. I think I see footings going in. I mean, I'm getting my kids go crazy when I go by there. They just keep asking me all the time, and I'm a hero to my kids, by the way, because I said, you know what, your dad helps develop trampoline parks. So I think it's great. But when can we expect this thing? When are the kids going to be able to jump?
I would love for it to open before Thanksgiving, but I'm giving it Thanksgiving 2018 would be the perfect time to open it, so we have the whole winter for the kids to go somewhere.
How's it been? I got to ask, when you're doing a project this size, there's a lot of permits involved and a lot of inspections involved. How's it been working with the city of Williston to get your project done?
Actually, it's been working pretty good. They've been helpful. Means it always take time. You have to do according to the zoning. So sometime I'm not a construction person. So you find out new things that zoning requires this much has to be landscaping this. So learning as we going, but they've been helpful. Like I said, with Small Business Development Center, you guys been amazing. There were hiccups where you say, "Oh my God, man!" But you guys been motivating me all the way along.
One final question for you. Is there anything out there, advice that you would offer to an entrepreneur or developer in the area that maybe you wish you had done different looking into this market?
Like I said before, this is one of the best places to start a business, There is always risk involved in the business, but this is one of the best places to start a new business, because there is demand is keep growing, so there is always a demand for something. I'll always see, if you want to work hard and want to make your future, this is the best place to be, I personally think. And community wise, I'm going to add another thing. This is home now. My wife and my kids, my family lives here. We love Williston, good neighbors, and means one of the best thing again, I'm going to put one of the best place to start business.
I couldn't agree with you more, Jay, and we like you and your family here too. I cannot wait to take my kids in and start jumping. Hopefully we're going to see that in November. Again, it's going up northwest of town near the Harvest Hills area off of 26th and 32nd, I believe. So,
yes.
Jay, thanks again for being on the show. I want to thank you for listening to today's Williston Works podcast, brought to you by the City of Williston. If you're a developer, business owner, entrepreneur, or site selector and would like to learn more about the opportunities in Williston, please give us a call and we'll help you make it happen. Like and subscribe for more podcasts and to learn more about Williston at willistondevelopment.com. I'm Shawn Wenko, Executive Director of the Williston Economic Development Office, and we will see you next time.